Yo, 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 what is going on, CoD Familia? It is your boy BN. Today, we are going to be giving you updated final Brink of War rankings. So this means buffs that each of the kingdoms are receiving. We're going to show you the top kingdom performers for each of the KvK groups. We'll show you the top kingdom performers overall. We'll show you the top 10 players from each group and the top players performers overall as well. If you enjoy the content, make sure you throw us off because I've said a lot. Thanks. All right, here we go. So we're going to be starting off with, I have this organized based on KvK Group's total points accumulated during the Brink of War phase. Now, for those of you that might be new to the Brink of War, right, for the most part, the most important one that really is going to affect power and potential power either more balance or further imbalancing is going to be stage 2 for the training stage when people are powering up and getting a lot more troops. So let's go ahead and take a look. So here we go. Starting with the first one, we have, this is 7017 SOS 5, right? So we have POTU, BB, FG, KOD, ED, RSYN, IR, and KEN. Now, final buff positions are as follows. 3% going to FG, 2% going to ED, 1% going to POTU. We have the CP recovery speed going to IR, Legion March speed going to BB. We have resource gather speed going to KEN, and then the two hero EXPs are going to COD and RSYN. Total BOW Brink of War score for this group, 2.27 billion, right? Top kingdom performing at 545 million points for Kingdom 62. Players here are ranging from 23.3 mil as the top score for individuals. And then the number 10 score is at 10.35 million. And then the number 600, because that's how far down the board or leaderboard will allow for me to scroll, came in. And so this is the bubble position, as we like to call them. They are sitting at 1.34 million. Okay, number 2 group. Final stats for the kingdoms are as follows. 3-3 taking the 3%. That is hilarious in itself. AXC, 2%. TC, 1%. We got CP going to RK, Legion March speed going to DK, resource gather speed to SOS, and then the two hero EXPs going to Laws and Block, respectively. We have a 2.34 billion for, right? 100,000 million. Yeah, okay, good. 2.34 billion points accumulated for this team in BOW. High score of 20.44 million. Number 10 score of 12.23 million. And then their bubble score of 1.21 million points. Okay, so we get not as high of a kingdom score as 62. You have a player here at 23, so a little bit more than that. But the bubble position, a little bit more, right? So you could say a little more, maybe overall participation, a little bit higher, even if only a bit. Okay, then we get to 7014. Here for percentages on stats, we have 3% going to NWE, 2% going to UHA, 1% going to MM. We have CP going to HTF, Legion March speed going to NTS, resource gather speed going to BEK, and then the two hero EXPs going to 1UP and Rod. Then we end up getting a 2.69 billion here for Brink of War gathers. And we have the player, or sorry, I should say top kingdom score, 556, right? So again, that's the new top. 545 was previous. 556, the new top kingdom score based on what we've seen so far. And then you get 57.97 million points on the top end. Big number. Even the number 2 player here as well. Sadly, I didn't have enough time to go and look through and document everyone's name and the alliance they played for. So again, my apologies. I was able to do the top 2 groups, I think with Echo and TFS. For those ones, I was able to write names down. Sadly, work was crazy, and I wish I had a little bit more time to write all these down, so only a few once we end up getting there. But I at least wanted to show you some of the scores. Number 10 position, 11.23, and then bubble position at 1.5 million. We get to the next group here, and we have 3% stats are going to 3% 25 IW, 2% ROV, 1% IWG. We have CP going to Lion, Legion March speed to GG, our resource gather speed to CO, and the two hero EXPs going to AC and MBH. We have a 2.74 billion points accumulated here for BOW on this group. Top score, 532 million for 225. We have a top player score of 25.97 million, a number 10 score of 12.3, and the bubble position score at 1.52 million currently. Then we get to 70-16. Here, 3% is going to NXW, 2% going to K211, 1% going to WGL. We got CP going to LAW, Legion March Speed to -FU. We have the resource gather speed going to DBB, and then we have the 2 hero EXPs going to AVIC and IFAP. Total BOW points accumulated for this group, 2.86 billion. We have a top score of 648 million, so that's a new top score so far towards the kingdom. And then player scores at the top, 32.09 million points. Number 10 position was at 12.77 million, and they have a number 600 bubble score of 1.58 million. I think the highest so far. Then we look at the next group here, which is 70-15. 3% damage buff going to RAC, 2% to KOV, 1% to BXS, CP to D&D, Legion March Speed to BOM, Resource Gather OMG. There we go. How'd that win it? Hero EXP going to GPX and LPG respectively. 2.95 billion is the new top, again, group score. We have a top kingdom score of 722 million points from 266. And we have a top player score of 35.93 million points. Number 12 or number 10 ranked score for this group is at 19 million. So a decent bit higher. And then a bubble position score of 1.45 million points accumulated. Okay. Let's get to, I guess, close to the top now. We have the next group here, 70-10. This is 3% going to Echo, 2% going to BTX, 1% to MFD, CP going to VW, Legion March Speed to BNR, Resource Gather Speed to SVR, and the 2 Hero EXPs going to EX and HOUW. They have a total kingdom or total KvK group score, BOW score of 3.2 billion points that have been accumulated. Top kingdom score for 6,973 million points. That is a lot. Top player score of 60.08 million goes to Echo 1 Sky Inf Slave. And then at number 10 position, BTX is Pinky Aryan at 16.12 million. And then we have a number 600 bubble score, which I think is the highest bubble score so far, sitting at 1.74 million points. Then we get to the, I guess I got a couple more here to go. 3% for this group, 70-13 is going to EVG, 2% to NF57, 1% to RFF. We have CP going to SG97. We have Legion March Speed going to 21SW, Resource Gather Speed to 14BS, and the 2 Hero EXPs going to RP and WoW, respectively. 3.32 billion points accumulated in this group. We have a top kingdom score of 659 million points. We have a top player score of 19.81 million points, and a number 10 player score, number 10 leaderboard score for the group at 12.84 million points, and they have a number 600 bubble position score of 1.9 million. I think now that's the highest bubble we've seen so far. Then we get, I think, to the second to last group. This is 70-11. 3% going to EIS, 2% 30 NA, 1% to A2G, CP going to 05DK, Legion March Speed to FA. We have Resource Gather Speed going to Squiggly Eyes, and then we have the 2 Hero XPs going to SHPZ and Ash ampersand respectively. Total BOW score 3.48 billion, and a top kingdom score of 885 million points. I think Echo, right, still holding strong at the 973 so far. And then we have a top player score 19.5 million, number 10 score 11.3, but they have the highest bubble score at 2.2 million. So really good activity and participation there for the point accumulation. Then we get to the top group, what is estimated to be the top group. 3% all damage going to Rage for 363, 2% going to WBS, 1% going to WoW, CP going to TFS, Legion March Speed to S2AK, Resource Gather Speed to Sura, and the 2 Hero EXPs going to VP22 and GDW respectively. 4.27 billion points for the BOW score. That is a lot, a shiitake mushroom ton. We have top kingdom score going to 363 for S2AK. Again, yeah, that's a lot. They basically are up there, them and WBS and Echo, I think the only ones to be over 900 million. We have a top player score from WAO Bengal at 46.1 million. Bubble score or number 10 position score from WBS WB. This Actually, it was another name, but I couldn't click on the name, and BOW doesn't let you do that, so you can't copy the ID. So again, I just wrote that there. 21.32 million points and a number 600 bubble slot score for the top 600 players in the kingdom. Number 600 sitting at 2.14 million. So again, highest bubble position from 7011 comes in just a smidgen above that. And that basically ranks you all of your Brink of War stats ending and going into the new season. I will say this. I think today's Thursday by the time this gets uploaded. For those of you watching this, I am planning to stream tomorrow. On Friday probably is going to be somewhere around that 6 to 6:30 p.m. Eastern time, 22 to 22:30 UTC time. If everything goes well, and Fuzzy actually just hit me up a couple hours ago today and let me know that if everything looks good on the overnight scan tonight, we will have some updated stats for you all tomorrow on the 18th, where we will be able and we'll be live streaming and plugging those stats in to show you the updated team and KvK group comparisons to see, okay, did Brink of War impact one team more than another? Did we see any change in power? Did our massive change? Did we see a change in maybe the number of 60, 80, 100, 125, 150, 200 mil plus players? And then does that now change who may win the matchup? Again, if everything plays out, I will be excited. We'll be doing that and showing off some other stuff too as well. That is going to do it for me. Hope you guys enjoyed this on a post Brink of War stat showcase. Let me know if this changes anything for you on who you think is going to win or not, or no, stats are just kind of more of a nice to have and not really a need to have. And then again, shocking at any of the point totals that we're seeing. Again, I guess I'd have to compare how Brink of War ended last season. So hopefully we'll be able to do this a little bit more consistently and start comparing KvK seasons one to the next. But yeah, these seem like really good numbers so far. That's just my take. As always, until next time, we'll catch you later.